throats and shoulders, the neck and head, your torso, front and back. Now feel the whole body. How does your body feel today? We'll begin with a simple breath technique called the Shitali breath. For this pranayama, imagine you're exhaling through a small straw. So as you inhale through the nose, slow and steady. And as you exhale, slightly part your lips, creating a small hole in the lips, exhaling through that hole. As if you're going to whistle, but without making a sound. Inhaling through the nose, slightly parted lips, exhale slowly. Like a tea kettle letting off some steam. Practice that pranayama a few more times on your own. On the exhale, you might imagine a cool mountain breeze. Let this breath get rid of any pent-up energy or tension that you might be experiencing. If you're twitching, fidgeting, moving around, use this breath technique to help get rid of that extra energy. On your next exhale, slowly release the technique. Feel the effect of the breath. Notice if maybe your attention is more dialed into your body. As we begin to do some posture practice, keep checking back into this feeling of interconnectedness that you just cultivated. Slowly squeeze both hands into fists and circle your wrist a few times. Snap, crackle, pop in the wrist. Then reach your right hand up towards the sky, like you're making a stop sign on the ceiling. And reach over with your left hand, pulling your right fingers a little bit towards you. At the same time, push up with your right hand. So you're pulling the right fingers back towards your face, and you're pushing up through the right palm. Now just turn your right hand so the palm is facing you, and push into the back of your wrist, the back of the hand. Switching over to the left hand, make a stop sign with your left hand and pull the fingers back towards you. Then drop that palm towards you, push the back of the hand up. Interlacing both sets of fingers, press the palms away towards the back wall. Overhead, stretching through the inseams of your arms. If you're right up close to the back wall, you can just lift it up over your face. Point your toes and really stretch your whole body nice and long. As you exhale, scoop up your right knee and your interlaced hands. Bring the right knee towards you, holding on just below the knee of the shin if that's okay with your knee joint. Now move the knee slightly to the side towards your right rib cage, opening up inside of the hip. We're trying to get that internal joint to open. Using your left hand, gently draw the right knee across your body towards the door you walked through for an easy lying twist. If you bump into a neighbor in today's class, just send some love through your hand. Slowly come back up to the center, release your right leg beside the left. Interlace your fingers again and inhale, push them away towards that back wall. As you exhale, scoop up the left knee, drawing it towards you at first. Then just move it slightly to the side towards your left rib cage. Focus on the feeling inside your hip. And travel that leg across your body. Feel free during the class to make it as hard as you'd like. If you want a harder class today, throw in some extra push-ups, sit-ups, do some jumps, or take the postures to the limit that you know with safety in mind. If you want to make it an easier class today, chill out, take breaks, stay in some postures longer. No pressure, it's your practice. As you come back to the center, straighten out both legs, reach both arms overhead without interlacing your fingers this time. Point your toes, lift your chin out of the throat, arch your back. Scoop up both knees, pulling both knees into your chest now. Shoulders and neck achy, round up. Let's bring our forehead towards our knees. Then as you lay the head and shoulders down, loosen up the grip on the knees and we'll move our knees around independently. So they don't have to be moving at the same time. You can bicycle your legs. You can move into happy baby, reach up, grab your toes, kick around. I like not holding my feet and just shaking my arms as well. Just throw a little fit. I really believe if adults threw fits every day, there'd be a lot less stress in the world. Yay. Then we'll rock left and right, massaging that low back. Left and right a few times. Then as you're ready, we'll rock forward and back, massaging the long back muscles. Then coming up to boat Navasana pose, you can keep your feet down if you'd like, hold the back of the legs, or find a challenging boat and trying to straighten your arms and legs. And lean back until you start to shake. I really want you to feel that belly quivering. Work off that pumpkin pie. Then when you're ready, we'll sit up, crossing our ankles, and come into a comfortable position. Traditionally, the left foot would be in first and then the right. Or sit however feels comfortable to you. You can push on the knees to straighten the spine or pull on the knees. Sitting up straight, let's close our eyes. Find your breath again. Now take a moment and think of everybody who's been a teacher for you in your life, who's helped you along life's path, who's given you love and guidance, protection and nourishment. And send gratitude from your heart to all those in your life who have helped you. If you have a favorite prayer or poem, lyrics to a song, mantra, take a moment now and repeat those words that have meaning to you. If you don't have anything memorized, simply say, I love you to yourself. And I'll share with you the blessing that comes from the lineage of teachers that I have found on my path. The Asatoma prayer. Asatoma Sadgamaya. Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorm Amritam Gamaya. May this practice of yoga lead you from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, and from death to immortality. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. As you blink the eyes to open, we'll slowly make our way to standing. Take your time, no hurry. Come up however you would like. As we come up, let's reach our arms up and overhead. Since we are in nice tight quarters today, you might want to just stagger yourself with your neighbor. Looking up through those hands, find a wee back bend. As the hands come back to your heart, close the eyes and tell yourself thank you again. Pressing through the feet, inhale, open the eyes, reach up, look up, palms facing each other, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, push the walls away and slowly round your back. Tuck the chin in and look back through your legs. If your knees are micro-bent, you can pull lightly on your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing lightly on the shins or on the floor. Try to straighten your back as much as you can, keeping the back of the neck long. Exhale, rounded back and fold. Press to the feet and inhale, rise to standing. Deepening the back bend if available, looking up through your palms. Exhale, namaste, hands to the heart. Close the eyes and send out gratitude to everyone around you. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain coming up to that nice back bend. Exhale, namaste, back to home base. Close the eyes. And take a moment and feel all the thank yous that came to you from your neighbors. When ready, we'll slowly open the eyes and take a step up towards the front of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, reaching up, looking up. We'll exhale right through heart center. So just bring those hands right through the heart center as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lifting up, lengthening that spine. Extend from the tailbone through the crown. Coming into yoga squat, place the thumbs by your little toes. And for this first one, find a bouncy squat, moving those legs, feeling your joints. As you inhale, look forward, and we'll step our right foot back into a lunge. Find a nice movable lunge, maybe utilizing your core, pulling in your bandhas, your internal locks, and not having your hands on the floor. Feel that strength and power it takes here. Placing the hands back down around the front foot, step the front foot back coming into plank. Press through your heels and extend through the crown of the head. You want to feel like a plank of wood. So if we went to Lowe's, we would look for the straightest piece of wood we could find. Try to find that by engaging your inner thighs, squeezing your buttocks, pressing through the heels and extending through the crown of the head. Now for our first yoga push-up, we'll put the knees down. As we lower the knees down, slide your heart forward until it's between your thumbs. For this yoga push-up, we're going to use it for strength instead of momentum. Bend the elbows towards the back of the mat, stopping as soon as they touch your ribs. Pause here, feeling the power it takes to sustain chaturanga. Keep your neck long, try to avoid dropping your neck. Elbows bending back. Feel the strength, hold it, then slide your hips up your mat about an inch before you lower down to cobra. Press the tops of the feet, knees, and hips down, roll the shoulders back, look up. On an exhale, push back over your knees, tuck your toes, lift the hips, press back, downward facing dog. Let your dog walk around, little left, little right, little side to side. Hello body. Hello creaks and aches and tight spots. Snap, crackle, pop. Wake it up. From downward dog, let's inhale and lift our right leg up towards the sky. Here's a little trick to help get that foot up to the front of the mat. Lift up to your left tippy toes, getting further away from the mat. Then look up between your hands and swing the right leg out and around to get it up between the palms. If it didn't make it, use your hand to grab the ankle and help it up. Coming back into our lunge. Inhale, look forward, step up front of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, round that back, tuck the chin in. Tadasana, inhale, rise to standing. Back bend can deepen if available. Press the hips forward, lift up to the heart. Exhale, namaste. Other side, inhale to your back bend. Exhale, forward fold, hands can come through the heart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to a squat. Inhale, look up, left leg steps back this time. Find your movable lunge, maybe no hands on the floor. Hamstring the front foot. Inhale, step your front foot back, coming into plank. Press through the heels, extend through the crown, engage your core. On an exhale, lower halfway down and stop. Make sure your shoulders don't go lower than your elbows to prevent shoulder injury. If you need to, the knees are right there, or keep your knees up. Hold chaturanga, hold it. You can do it, hold it. Then slide the hips up your mat as you look up. You can choose up dog this time if you'd like, pushing on the tops of the feet, lifting the knees, rolling the shoulders back, lengthening the neck. As you rock back, tuck toes, lift up, down dog. Let your down dog walk around, move around, sway your hips, neck, shoulders. For 3. Moving and feeling for 2. And on 1, slowly lift up your left leg towards the ceiling, coming onto your right tippy toes for added height. Exhale, roundhouse kick that foot up between your hands. Help it up to the front if it didn't make it. Push off the back foot, inhale, front of your mat, half lift. Exhale, rounded back fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Reach up, look up. Exhale, right back through your heart center. This time we'll continue to our third sun salutation. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, find your squat. Now in order to hop both feet back, look back at the back of the mat. And don't think about hopping back, think about hopping up. Plant your palms and lift your feet towards the ceiling as they go back, or step back, your choice. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga is not a belly flop. I want you to stop halfway and feel the power of chaturanga. It's a power pose. Then beautiful transition. Inhale, choose cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, press back, down dog. Yogis, do your own thing for 3 breaths. Maybe you want to do some hops, some extra chots, some push-ups. Anything you want to do. Lift up one leg, move it around. Feel your body. 2 more deep yoga breaths here. Going back to Shikali whenever you'd like. Last breath. Now to hop up, same principle. Look up and think about hopping on the ceiling as you bring your feet up to land gently at the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to mountain. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let the hands go all the way through to resting mountain. Palms facing forward, close the eyes, and feel the heat you built in the sun salutations. Feel your precious heartbeat. Breathe into the full capacity of your lungs. Observe the effect yoga is having on your system. Blinking the eyes to open, we'll sit in a chair. Bend at the knees, send the hips back, and reach the arms up, biceps near your ears. Focus your gaze, your drishti, straight ahead in front of you. Press into the right foot, and pick up the left foot for balancing chair. Then press into the right leg, coming up to single leg mountain. Step the left foot back, placing the heel down for warrior one. Press through the back heel, bend that front knee over the ankle, and reach up through powerful arms. Remember, this is warrior. If you were holding a heavy box, you wouldn't have it right over your head, so bring those arms just in front of your head if you can. Pressing through the heel, inhale, extend through the arms. On the exhale, bring namaste hands through the heart, and open your back foot back without turning it out very much for warrior two. Hips and shoulders square to the side of the mat. Arms at shoulder height. Look out over your front middle finger. Beautiful postures, everyone. Nice alignment. On an exhale, extended side angle. Turn your front palm up, reach forward, come down and clasp the outside of your bottom leg. Scoop the back arm overhead, bicep near your ear. Then turn to look up underneath your top underarm. Feel this twist happening in your middle back, right in the big vertebra in the center. See if the top arm will go all the way overhead so you can get that rib opening for the full expression of the pose. Inhale, rise, Prasarita, turning both feet in the same direction. Take your feet as far apart as they'll go. As you exhale, come down, lightly clasp your shins, sending your hips back and the crown of the head towards the floor. To get a deeper hip opener if you like, turn your toes into pigeon-toed foot if your hips feel safe with that. Then place the hands on the floor underneath your shoulders and push back towards Orange Avenue, as if you're just about ready to fall over backwards. To come out of the pose, press the weight back into the ball of the feet and inhale, slowly rise. Coming to star, reach out as far as you can and look up. Feeling energy soaring throughout your whole body. Returning to warrior two to face the front of the room, rotate your right foot and bend the right knee. Exhale, hands straighten the front foot. Step the front foot back, coming back into plank. Hold your plank. If you don't want to do any more push-ups, I totally understand. Just go right to down dog. But if you are going to do chaturanga, please only go halfway and hold it. Don't belly flop. Then make your transition into your back bend before you hit the mat. And pressing back to downward facing dog. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Two more breaths, you're doing anything you'd like to do. Taking breaks. Doing some squats, moving around, or staying still, whatever serves you the most. Last breath for kneeling down dog. Exhale, press your hips high towards the back wall. Inhale, bend the knees and walk or hop to the front of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, round it back and fold. Inhale, slowly rise to Tadasana. Exhale, Utkatasana, sit down in your awkward pose. Engage your thigh muscles against the bones, send the hips back. Now try to lean back a little more, getting into the middle of your pelvis, engaging your core. Find your gazing point. Press into right foot, pick up left foot. Let's switch that. Put the left foot down, pick up the right foot. Slowly rise. Single leg mountain. Stay focused. Warrior one. Press through the back heel, keeping it in the ground if you can, and feel the energy pulsing up your back leg along the spine and out through your arms. Beautiful breathing. On your next exhale, Namaste Warrior 2, step the back foot back without turning it out too far. I want us to get out of the idea of the back foot being parallel to the back of the mat. We want the back foot turned in more than out, because when we turn it out, the tendency is to rotate our pelvis. At the same time, we're trying to send our hips back to look forward, which is causing undue stress in the sacroiliac and low back joints. So keep that foot slightly turned in more than out for low back safety. On an exhale, find extended side angle. Try to find the full version of the pose, reaching almost to the floor, press lightly on the outside of the bottom leg, and then reach that top arm all the way overhead. Palm faces the floor. I want you to reach up there where the lights are on the front ceiling. Beautiful. Inhale, coming up, straighten that front leg, turning the feet in the same direction. For Prasarita C, we'll interlace our fingers behind our back, roll our shoulders back, lift up through the heart. On an exhale, hinge forward at the waist. Keep your shoulder blades pushing together and open up through the chest, heart, throat, and collarbone. Now allow the hands to float down to the feet and do anything you would like to do for 4 more yoga breaths. So you might do an inversion if you feel safe, being aware of your environment and those around you. If you want help with an inversion, let me know, I'll come and help you. You could do frog, some ninja lunges. I like doing a twist, one hand down, one hand up in the sky. Anything you want to do. Crow. Let me know if I can assist you. Find the rhythm of your breathing and let that guide your body. One more of those yummy yoga breaths. On your next exhale, come back to center, press back into the heels. Inhale, slowly rise. As you rise, find Warrior 2 to face the front of the room. Revolve your arms coming into lunge, rotate your back heel. Step the front foot back to the back of your mat coming into plank. Yoga push-up stops halfway. Then inhale, slide forward and find your back in a choice. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Bending the knees, inhale, look forward, walk or hop to another mat, halfway lift. Exhale, round it back and fold. Inhale, rise to mountain. And exhale, sit in awkward pose. Getting ready for Garuda Asana, Eagle. Push into your left foot, pick up your right foot. Swing the right knee on top of the left and bring the right arm underneath the left arm, wrapping at the arms. Fingertips to palm or holding your shoulder if needed. Then sit back and down. Try to lean back and feel your inner lock. So you're pulling in and up at the tailbone, and then your abdomen is pulling in and up into the chest cavity. Squeeze a little bit tighter as you sit deeper. Try to lift your foot off the ground for a challenge or close one eye. When ready, slowly release, step wide on your mat and reach up. Feel the release of energy from Eagle, one of the best poses for us to do every day. Hop or step back to your chair and find left side eagle. Left knee on top, left elbow underneath. Lean back towards the back wall a little bit more as you sit further down. Squeeze the inner thighs. Squeeze. the elbows together. Cultivate the energy at the base of your spine and call it up and out through the crown of the head. As you release, step wide. Feel the blood rushing down your legs to the femoral artery. Namaste, hands to the heart as you step or hop back to the center. And close the eyes. Feel balance in your brain. Dancing Shiva pose. As you open the eyes, bring the right arm down at your side, thumb back, palm open. Cup at the wrist and the elbow. Reach your left arm forward at shoulder height. Bend your right knee and hold on to the inside of your foot, squeezing your knees together. Make sure your back arm has not twisted around. Then, as you begin to press the foot back into the hand, reach actively forward. Keep your standing leg locked out. Gaze right past the tip of your front middle finger. Press back, reach forward. Press back, reach forward. Now go to your edge hunting. Just get to the part where you're about ready to fall over and then back off a tiny bit. Slowly try to bring the knees side by side before you release the foot. And stepping the feet next to each other, we'll get ready for the other side. Turn that left hand out, cup at the wrist and the elbow. Reach your right arm out at shoulder height. Catch the inside of your left foot. Check and make sure your forearm isn't twisted. Then begin to press the foot into the hand as you reach actively forward. Standing leg almost locked out. You're a dancing warrior. You're Shiva. You have a big trident and this long hair flowing all the way down to your waist. And you command the powers of the world. Feel that strength here in this posture. When you feel like you've worked on this side as much as the other, come back to resting mountain. Close those eyes and feel. Balancing is awesome for the brain. Cross neurological training. Feel both halves of your brain talking to each other. Vrksasana, tree. As you open the eyes, let's try a harder way to get into tree, bringing the hands into prayer overhead. Press down into the left foot, turn the right foot out, and find what you're going to gaze at. Then step on the ankle, calf muscle, or up above the knee if available. When ready, release the arms and let your tree blow around in the wind. Challenge yourself here. Try closing one eye or the other eye. But let yourself tremble. Feel the wind blowing through your branches. Try not to be stiff like a stone. Be movable and organic here. As you're ready, fold your hands back up at the heart and step your feet side by side. Inhale, prayer hands overhead. Externally rotate your left foot and place it against the ankle, calf muscle, or above the knee on the right leg. As your arms come apart, choose the tree you are. A weeping willow, palm tree, big redwood, one of the old growth trees in the Ocala forest that's 100 years old. Remember, it's not about being still. It's about feeling the subtle vibrations and going with the flow, the meaning of life, how to survive in life. As you're ready, slowly fold your tree up. We'll interlace our fingers behind our back for chest expansion, separating the feet about hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders back. Press into the feet and look up. Superhero pose. You're just about ready to take flight. Notice how your shoulders are rolled back and the chest is open. As you exhale, bend the knees and place the belly on the thighs, keeping the shoulders rolled back as you bring the arms over your chest. Drop the head, look back through the legs. Then find some micro movements. Maybe your arms want to move a little left and right. Maybe switch the order of your interlaced fingers. Your neck can move side to side. You can squat and straighten the legs a couple times. Release the hands by the feet and ragdoll. Just shake out, move around. Throw that little fit. Do some squats, wiggle your neck and head. Coming into plank. Plant your palms and slowly walk or hop the feet back. Press through the heels and extend through the crown. If we were in acro yoga, I'd come over and stand on your back, and I do dancer's pose on your back. So I want you to feel that strength. Imagine my 176 pounds. Not really. Standing up on your back. So feel like you could engage enough muscles to hold somebody there. Then on an exhale, place the knees down and slowly lower the chest to the floor. Lengthen out through your legs and roll the shoulders back. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Press the hips down and lift up to Cobra Snake. Now, a cobra doesn't have any arms, right? So a little to no weight in the arms. But what do snakes do? They slither. Try to feel the mobility in your back here. It's not about height, it's about moving around. So when you're ready to rest, you can bring your arms by your side and an ear to the mat, or cross your forearms and put your forehead on your arms. What's wonderful about laying on your belly is you can really feel your breathing. You can tell if you're breathing to the very, very bottom of your lungs. Shalabhasana locust pose. As you bring the arms away from your sides, separate your feet as wide as the mat, looking forward. On an inhale, press the hips into the mat and lift everything off the floor that's not attached. Now as you lift up, try to also lengthen. Extend from the foot out through the crown of the head and get that low back as long as you can. On an exhale, melt yourself back into the mat. Placing the hands under the shoulders, slowly push yourself back into child's pose, taking the knees wide and sitting on the heels. Feel how this pose opens your hips and your shoulders. Since this is flowing class, feel free to explore what I call fidgeting and wiggling. Maybe walk your hands over to the right or the left, or sway your hips in some circles. Put one ear on the mat, the other. Shrug your shoulders. Listen to the subtle vibrations in your body and see where it wants you to move. Staying still, if it serves you, is fine. Begin to slowly walk the fingers back towards your knees. Coming into Hero's pose. You can sit on tucked toes if you'd like. Good stretch for plantar fasciitis. Or if you're going to sit on your heels, bring your heels together before you sit back. Placing the hands on the thighs, roll the shoulders back and lengthen up through the crown of the head. This is meant as a meditating pose. So as you close your eyes, think about what would it take for you to be able to sit here for 20 to 40 minutes. On the next inhale, we'll open the eyes and rise to kneeling, getting ready for camel Ustrasana. Tuck your toes, place the hands on the low back. Inhale, lift your heart, and slowly look back. You're welcome to reach for the heels, but remember the heels are for pulling on, not resting on. Keep your hips over your knees. If you can't get the heels, stay in your low back. This is a chakra opener, just like wheel. It's related to wheel. So feel your third eye open, throat, heart, navel, pelvis, and your tailbone. Stay there one breath longer than you want to. As you exhale, slowly coming up one vertebra at a time, round your back and find a happy kitty cat. Just a gentle, soft cat. Inhale, slowly raise the head and tailbone coming into cow. Exhale, try to make the bend happen at your middle back rather than the low back for cat. And do one more on your own in your stretch. Then when ready, coming into neutral, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling and roll the wrist, elbow, and shoulder around a few times. Thread the needle, scoop the right arm underneath the left, but before you put the head down, rotate your head to look up at the ceiling and come onto the back of your head, getting a neck stretch as well. Try to relax around your right shoulder blade. See if you can lean a little more over to the right, getting that right shoulder blade a tiny bit closer to the floor and releasing any tension around the spine. Take your time to come out, pushing with your left arm as you rise. Move your right arm around in some big circles this time. And we'll switch over to that other side. Find some jellyfish hands, some wrists, elbows, and shoulders. And then scoop into that thread the needle pose coming onto the back of the head. When you feel like you've been on this side as long as the other, slowly make your way out. Listen to your side. As you come out, move that left arm around. From table, walk your hands slightly forward, tuck the toes, pop the knees, lift back into plank. Press to the heels, extend to the ground. Lift your right leg slightly off the floor without lifting your hips. Bring your right knee to tap your right elbow. 5. Push the foot away, staying in plank. 4. Press back. 3. 2. Now hover and hold it right behind your right wrist. Engage your core. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Put the right knee down and swing your right foot in front of your left thigh for pigeon. Take your back leg back 2 big steps. And walk back with your hands to come up into king or queen pigeon. Try to avoid falling over to your hip if possible. Roll those shoulders back, lift up. Now think about eagle, where we pulled in at the tailbone, And then we pull the second bandha in and up. And see if you can find enough strength to sustain yourself sitting upright with no hands for king or queen pigeon. A couple of varieties, options. You can reach back for that back foot, just like dancers. You can bind the back foot in your elbow, reach behind your head with the front arm. But all the work's happening in that lower body. Then as you're ready, slowly release. Tuck your back toes, walk your back foot up 2 steps. Lift the back knee, swing back to down dog, moving your right leg around. Everyone's allergic to single leg down dog. I have no idea. Slowly come forward to plank pose. Let's pick up that left leg. Try to stay in your plank for the 5 core exercises. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover and hold, hold, hold. Find your pigeon. Walk it back. Lift up. Sit upright. And then find any varieties you want. Maybe today you're just working on bringing the hands back. Or sitting up. Or find those different options you might want to experiment with. We're here for 3. Find your deep breath. 2. And on 1, slowly walk yourself forward, tuck your back toes, lift that back knee, swing the leg out, move it around. Exhale, lift your hips high towards the back wall. Inhale, bend the knees and hop or walk towards the front of the mat, coming into half lift at the front. Exhale, rounded back and fold. Walk your hands back behind your feet and slowly come down to seated on your mat. Kick your legs back up for Navasana, holding onto the back of the legs or kicking them down or finding any version you'd like. Anything that's challenging for you. Put your own hashtag on this pose. Then when ready, bring the knees into the chest and slowly lower down onto the mat. Place your hands beside your hips for a bridge posture, Setu Bandhasana. Press into the feet and on an inhale, lift your hips high. Your feet are about 1 foot apart, ankles under the knees. Engage inner thighs, belly in tight. Make sure there's no pressure in your neck. Engage those inner thighs so the knees don't fall too wide. Now on your next inhalation, look down your body and try to inhale all the way into the belly button. Let your belly puff up with air. On an exhale, take a slow descent back down to the mat. Hug both knees in, give them a big squeeze. And find some rocking and rolling or kicking and screaming if needed. Placing the hands by the hips, lift both legs up into the air for legs up the wall pose. Feel gravity shifting on your whole body here. Now you can stay here in this posture or come into shoulder stand. Bend the knees, lift your hips, placing the hands on the low back. Begin to walk your hands up your back towards your shoulder blades. Now in your inversion, most of the work should be happening in your lower body. So engage those inner thighs, press up through your feet, lift out of your pelvis. Little to no pressure in your neck. If you'd like to try full shoulder stand, release your hands back to the mat. If you want help getting in shoulder stand, let me know. I have a really easy trick to do. Now if your neck says it's fine, you can do lots of things here. You can bicycle, you can do the splits, I like doing some washing machine twist with my hips, or plow, bringing your feet over behind your head. If you're in plow, tuck your toes and push through the heels, straightening the legs for a more intense version. Then as you're ready to come down, slowly release the pose, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And you're welcome to stay there longer if you like. As you come down, take your feet as wide as your mat, bending your knees. And let your legs sway left and right, left and right. And let's leave both of our legs to the right, bringing left knee on top of right, arms away at shoulder height, looking out over your left hand. Feel free to modify the poses any way you'd like. To get to the other side, try lifting your knees up through the air for core challenge, or just walk your feet along the floor to be nicer to your low back. Once you get to the other side, adjust the pose to fit you. As you come back to the center, check in with your body, see what it's feeling. Hugging both knees in when ready. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch for cobbler's pose and let the knees go wide, opening up through the hips. Reach up, grab your feet or your ankles, and try to bring the feet over your heart rather than by your buttocks. The closer the feet are to the butt, the more you're just into your low back. But as you bring the feet over your heart as if you're praying with your hands, you get deeper into the hips. Press the knees apart with your elbows. Now, even though this is designed for the hips, we're also going to use it to create some traction in our spine. So keeping your feet where they are, press the low back down into the mat. Then lengthen the back of the neck, as if you're making an imprint in the mat with your whole spine. As your feet come apart, see if there's any pose you want to finish with before Shavasana. Even if that means you're going to get back up on your feet. Anything at all you'd like to finish with for 4 yoga breaths. If you need any suggestions, ideas, or help, please let me know. And we'll start to make our way towards Shavasana, the last pose of the morning. Coming into your reclined position when ready. Give yourself permission to go into relaxation.